Tech is my new passion. There's not a lot of people that's into tech, where I'm from. And I genuinely love it. And I'm doing everything I can to get my foot in the door, taking it right back to the basics, learn, work hard, get better. Being an African-American male from an inner city like Detroit, it gave me a hard-working spirit. Everyone in my family and mostly everybody I grew up with are blue-collar workers. And I picked up on that work ethic at an early age, and it's still with me. I've always had an unconventional way of thinking and looking at things, and that led me to getting into real estate when I was 19 years old. But 2 years into it, in 2008, we had the financial crisis, and it hit Detroit very hard. Our foreclosure rate at that time was one of the highest in the country, but what I learned from surviving and making a living through a market turn like that is that you have to be open to change, you have to be quick to learn, and you have to work hard. I was open to the new idea of using the internet to help homeowners save their homes from foreclosure. I had to learn the process to make that happen. I had to learn how to work with the banks, and I had to learn it fast, but I made it happen. Working at General Motors later on gave me practical experience in the blue-collar lifestyle. Waking up every day at 4:30 in the morning to start work at 6 a.m., working overtime, factory jobs, hard work and long hours. This was, my life, and, day in and day out, that the Midwest blue collar life, 60 hours a week sometimes, was like standard. In 2018, I was a team coordinator for General Motors. I was leading a team of production operators. I was learning how to work with and lead diverse groups of people. I was running team meetings, and I ended up getting certified in project management and in Six Sigma. Learning how to design and improve production systems, working with data, analyzing data, using data to drive continuous improvement. All of these things I'm learning, and I took that position as far as I could, but I didn't want to take that step to going into corporate management and, not being passionate about it. I had a background in real estate, so I decided to buy a house and do a renovation and sell it. And that way I could buy myself some time to dedicate to learning and, working my way into getting an opportunity to, get my foot in the door of tech. And, the rehab started off pretty good, and I got about a little bit less than halfway through it. And then, things just really started to take a turn. First, it was the plant closing. Then I had to choose between moving to Texas or Tennessee or Flint to keep my job going. And it's how am I going to do that in the middle of a rehab? And then right after that, it was the strike. And then after that, to make up for the time, it was the mandatory 7 days. And at that point, I had zero time to work on the house. I fought through everything that was thrown at me because I've been fighting through adversities all my life. Being a 19-year-old African-American kid trying to sell homes in suburban areas was tough, so I had to think my way around that. The daily grind of GM was tough. Just making it out of an inner city like Detroit can be inherently tough at times, And so, the pandemic started, and I had to switch my game plan, and gave me an opportunity and some time to work on the house and started to get some things done. And, eventually in 2021, I finally got the house done, and I was able to take my leave of absence and start my journey into tech. I started with Google Data Analytics certification, working on a project, using a lot of MySQL and Tableau, and then I jumped straight into a full-time 40-hour-a-week JavaScript bootcamp. I did 6 projects there in 6 months, and I got better each and every time. And I started my first project with basic HTML and CSS, and by the time I did my last project, I was using, React on the front end with a lot of Node.js, MongoDB, Postgres, Firebase, planning back-end data flows with mind mapping software. I'm genuinely happy that I pushed through and I made that happen, and I love the things that I'm doing and the direction that I'm headed right now, and I'm just working until I get another opportunity to work towards getting my foot in this tech door.